Now
Yeah,
what's
no,
up?
no, no. I ain't nigga Bill stupid, right?
Talk your
Hey,
shit, Bill.
I'm talking about like the legends period though. Like we got it's a lot of legends that like I think in battle rap like get, you know, a bad like I don't know rap because you got the disasters, you got the Marv ones, you got the Mooks, the Reeds, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers, you know, that I feel like get overlooked at times, you know, like you say, for motherfuckers that founded the shit or whatnot. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because some motherfuckers won't even talk about niggas and they've been having good years and shit still people kind of just hang on to like Mook and Lux, but they not the only legends or niggas that founded the shit. You know what I'm
But
saying? It's a lot of other ones.
this is why, and hear me out, bro. This why we need more awards, Hall of Fames, etc., etc. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's a whole new wave of fans, bro, that ain't seen 25% of Murder Mook's catalog. You dig what I'm saying? Because in the NBA, shit, it's motherfuckers who ain't never seen Jordan play, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you know, YouTube, the Hall of Fame, the logo, the commercials, etc., etc., etc. It allows you to know who
And in
Jordan.
that time when they was coming up though, like you know, I'm a little younger and shit. So, but at the same time, I know I understand it. Like when they was coming up, the goal for the for the battle rapper was to make it to the industry because it wasn't no money in battle rapping. Like now, you can literally be a battle rapper. Like battle rapper can you
Mm-hmm.
that's a career choice. Back then, you had to do that. Look at all the. It was a lot of dudes back then. Look at my nigga Spitfire, the No Can dudes. You dig what I'm saying? Jay Mills. Nigga, everybody, nigga, the Serious Jones, nigga, everybody was trying to get a deal. Like, nigga, I'm battling just to show you that I can get a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they got out of touch with battle rap for
Facts.
so long. You know what I'm saying? That when they came back, niggas kind of looked at them like industry rappers, even though they didn't really make it all the way in the industry. You know what I'm saying? You got the gens, everybody
Mm-hmm.
that battled back then had to try to get a deal because it was like it wasn't really no money in doing this. So now when they come back, it's tough for motherfuckers to kind of give them that love because it's like, nah, niggas left. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that in a sense.
Right. And that's ass. I'm telling you.
That's what
Once
I'm
they
saying because they
implement a
had to
system,
leave at that point. You know what I'm saying? They had to.
But is it because we be in
yeah,
the now? I mean, I think if we was doing a history and like most people that students, when you go back to it, we're gonna get the questions, the Mars, the disaster, the pestes, the Ilmax, they credit. But the fact that we still in the
Shout out
now,
my nigga
we
Dez.
looking at the Geechies, the Surfs, and the people with the Tay Rocks, the people that's just right here now. But if we was just really talking about the culture in its whole, we gotta talk about grind time before then and
Gotta talk about
scribble
Reed
jam and all
Dollars.
that. We gotta go even what Philly was doing in their whole era, what they was bringing to battle rap.
Facts.
So a lot of that'll be talked about, but I think so much that we in the now and new stars like yourself, a T-Top, Briz, when he was coming on strong, doing what he was doing. And I think a lot of that get overviewed because some of us do be feel like we got a lot of people came in the culture that's I'm a Geechee fan. Geechee got me here. I see Geechee battle Av. That's what it got. So it's be a lot of that. But as a respectable fan, it got to be more of us saying, "Listen, bro, go do your history on what he have done, regardless if you like it or not. You got to give it credit for that time." I think we try to move time as well.
Hey yo, I think
I wouldn't even know
one of the
about Meek Mill if it wasn't for Reed Dollars.
yo look, I think one of the things is though, like, yo, a motherfucker can be a fan of rap and not know shit about Cool Mo D and KRS-One and shit like that. A nigga might be like, yo, I fell in love with rap around the time Jay-Z was getting popping. So yo, this is where I'm at with it. And some of this shit I go back, but the reason why I know about KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and different niggas is because Jay-Z championed these niggas, and that's who I came up on. You feel me? So with that said, that's why I always appreciate when I'm in these spaces and somebody say my name or say Marv name or say, but it comes from the people um that are that are in the culture from a performance space as well. Like niggas is always, why would Geechee battle Lux? He ain't had to, nah, man. Well, because at some point in time, man, Lux was something to Geechee, and this was a battle for Geechee to show, like, yo, man, I could kick this nigga ass. It still meant something to him. But like,
Facts.
where you might be a new nigga, Lux might not mean shit to you,
and that's back
and
west.
but because I'm a fan of Geechee, regardless of whatever, now I understand the significance of the person. And I think we can't expect every fan to want to be a fucking historian
Mm-hmm.
because we not like that with rap, like just regular rap. Like we understand why some niggas say Wayne and some people say Jay and some people
Mm-hmm.
say LL. Like when I hear a nigga say Jay and LL for verses, I'm like, nigga, is you crazy? But
Right.
somebody else might feel that way. So I think the way we do that, like we understand where Mookie is now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I can still tell you why Mook is who he is. Like DAYLYT said, I can still tell you why, and I can still point out why this nigga was good. I can point and show you where this nigga is a good battler.
And that's the thing though. Like everything you said is 100% fact, right? But to add to it, that's why I'm saying it just has to be more things in play for people to be able to figure that out also without having to work hard to figure it out. I didn't
Media,
have to
bro.
on Michael
Me,
Jordan, you know?
media. You don't watch when you turn on Sports Center. You don't hear the motherfucker this talking on Sports Center calling Wilt Chamberlain a bum.
Right, facts.
Now you can definitely, if Wilt Chamberlain got his ass out on that court and tried to ball with Steph Curry and shit, you can definitely talk about what you saw.
Right.
So I ain't saying if Mook, Lux, myself, Marv, whoever else, a nigga from back then get out here and shit the bed, y'all,
Mm.
you can definitely talk about it. But
Yeah,
it's if we're controlling, if we're a part of that media, because I think the battlers do it. I really think, like, I ain't never been nowhere and not got the kind of love, respect, or admiration from nobody that I didn't feel that I deserve, right? But when we're learning about battle rap, or when we're watching, like, there aren't shows. It's not really dope to talk about the old shit. So, people form their opinions based on what the people they actively watch. Nigga, I don't look at Bill Russell the way I look at Bill Russell because of how he played basketball. I ain't watched that shit. I look at Bill Russell based on what they talk about when they mention Bill Russell, how they talk about him. When Kobe Bryant talk about Bill Russell, when LeBron talk about Bill Russell, how does he speak about him? And that's how I gain my admiration and my appreciation. Like, but I can still say, hey man, you put Bill Russell up there with LeBron, it's gonna be over.
100.
Like,
Hard, I want to hear your perspective on it. And your too, man. Y'all on the lady side of the fence. And Hart, with you being a legend, being Mount Rushmore easily. What's your perspective on all this?
I think what Quest was just saying was right, but I don't know. I think overall we need to. I think we need to get off of that path and do kind of put the newcomers on. Like I think it should be. They should know their history with this shit. Like because there's no way. I mean, it is a way, but it's just sounds backwards when you come in and say something like this newcomer is like way better or just fucking disregard the older person or the one that's been there. Like it's disrespectful, bro.
Super.
I feel like that. I mean, with hip hop too, but I understand. I mean, I agree with what Quest was saying. It's the culture. It's how we do. We just disregard the veterans, the forefathers and foresisters of this shit. But I feel like it's up to us to kind of, what I mean, put them on.
Exactly.
Like like this is it's crazy. At one of the sparring sessions, niggas, the females told Roxanne Shante like, nah, you gotta pay full price. Like niggas ain't even know who she was, bruh.
If URL had
No,
a
hell no.
That's a fact. Geechee
crazy,
like told Roxanne Shante like, yeah, it's this much to get in.
if URL
That's
hosts
crazy.
an award show, if URL say announce today, starting 2022, we gonna have an annual award ceremony. You know what I'm saying? The Murder Mook Icon Award, or the Loaded Lux Legacy Award, the Party Arty Legacy Award, the T Rex, etc., etc. Like shit like that. It helps. I know me coming up, when niggas actually watch the BET Awards and all that, like all these icon awards and things like that. And then I grew up in a certain kind of house anyway, knowing shit. But that put me on to a whole nother, you know, side of music and side of shit that I never knew about. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put it in their faces, pause if necessary. Gotta put this shit on display for people to, know what's going on. That's just how I see it.
But I also feel like it's so much easier these days for these the people that's coming into the culture now to go back and do their history. Everything for the most part is on YouTube. Back in the day when you're looking at artists, just to talk about music artists, you had to physically go into a store and buy a CD or buy a tape. Or you get what I'm saying? So and then you had to like listen through everything, or you have to physically go and find magazines with articles. It's so
Mhm.
much easier these days with everybody doing podcasts. You got everything on YouTube. It's just they
The,
have the access to it. It doesn't. There's no
the,
excuse for
But a
not
the
little
doing it.
punk, a
idea,
little
the
punk
idea.
fan not looking up, a little punk fan not going to look up
Thank you.
Public Enemy.
The,
Like they don't give a fuck. They like, yo, I like what's going on right now.
that's my
Like,
point.
I think it come back to the league a little bit, not to just like make it all the way on them, but like how we had them smack era, new era, URL era discussions. Like them discussions can't just keep falling on deaf ears. Like those have to end up being events and something like to where you show the difference. You know what I'm saying? Where you really do a card like that, where it was, oh shit, Serious Jones, Mar One, Murder Mook versus Hitman, Surf and Tay Rock, and then you got motherfucking Disaster and motherfucking Thesaurus and you know what I mean, Quest, you know what I mean, Geechee versus Geechee Gotti, Daylight and Bill Collector, you know what I'm saying, where them different eras is showcased because that's how you mesh the fans. That's how you get somebody that only came because they want to see Geechee, but they get to see him against Quest now, or somebody that only came because they fans of Bill Collector, but they get to see him against a Thesaurus. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to see that. I think those events, even though they probably can't happen all year round and things of that nature, they're not gonna happen all the time because the newer battlers battle more frequent and that's what they do. But you can still set up an event to where that's like a thing where it's like old versus new. You know what I'm saying? Like they used to do at the All-Star games where you would have them old basketball players and they'll play against the newer basketball players, you know what I'm saying, during that All-Star weekend. Like you can still set up an event around that to where, people, that's how you get the, like you say, the awareness for some of these dudes who people might have forgot about, in my opinion.
I think
That
I,
makes
I
sense.
I think a lot of that is perfect. I think everything you said is absolutely perfect. I would say the only hiccup in that is when playing, when even mentioning the old versus new, then we got to also take into accountability. We are bringing we may be bringing older people that rap in a completely different style format into a new era that don't work. So
Yeah.
the truth would be if we doing a old era versus new era event, are we gonna do a 2 day card to where y'all battle in a small room and then battle on the big stage? The same battle?
Mm. I think everything. Me personally, like
We're gonna bring the
I
pool
think
table back? What like
I was finna say, like I think it's in that it do some shit like this. Like let's say you do some shit like the first year, you feel me, out of the shit, let's say the older era say they wanted to do small room, right? They got seniority. They get the pick on the first year where it's at. And then say it's 5 battles. Whoever win the majority of the battles pick the setting for the next year. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. If they keep home field advantage and they win 3 out of the 5, then every year you get that new era, it's always gonna
that's
be in that
fire.
small setting. You know what I'm saying? After the newer dudes win it, it's like now y'all gotta come to our world on that big stage. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. It could be done. You know what I'm saying? The money there, the you know what I mean, the talent there, it could be done.
And
I,
another
I,
thing on the history aspect of it, like I was speaking on this like not like the other day in the spaces and just saying how I thought URL was going to do something like a throwback Thursday where we could have got those DVD battles put on the app and that's exclusive content for the app, but we never got that. But that would have also shed light for the newer fans that's tuning in, that's just grabbing the app that's on caffeine to be able to tune into old Mook and why we respect Mook like that. And just some other people that been around since that era and why they are held to such a higher level.
yeah, I think like even with that idea, Geechee said, and that was a great point, Rita. Um, that even having these events where you have like, even though Reed and Mook didn't necessarily live up to be a fire battle, it was a throwback ass battle, right? It was a battle like, damn, it really kind of happened because it never happened. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like the same way I think where we have um newer battlers, like where it's like a rookie versus vet, like they set those type of things up oftentimes to catapult or springboard the new artists they have. um I wouldn't be against a whole card.
Plus, you breaking up.
I thought that was my phone.
broke. I was gonna be pissed.
I was about to slap the shit out of my phone in front of everybody. Yeah, I mean, my was my eyes too. I didn't hear him either. I know he said it, but
I don't know
word.
if y'all can hear me and shit. This Sosa, but what do y'all think about like maybe a band card with that theme, because that way the matches will be
Sometimes
mixed up. So once they'll be presented, that would be a surprise for everybody. The old and the new could get mixed up, nice and smooth,
yeah,
and then to bring
I
and
back a
don't
maybe
new
wear it.
card.
preference
I just
won't
It'd
felt
be
come
like
into
putting
exciting.
them
play,
on.
because like Daylight said, you get somebody. Like I wasn't looking for Mook and Reed to be nothing to sound. I wanted it to be better than it was. If I could, speak honestly, but I wasn't looking for them niggas to be Twerk and Geechee and Lou. I wasn't looking for that kind of battle. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I think those things oftentimes is a newer motherfucker versus a older motherfucker, or a more seasoned motherfucker versus somebody less seasoned. And now it's just a style clash. And now it's, I'm just competing with the crowd because the crowd ain't trying to hear this kind of shit no way. Well,
Mhm.
you know,
It be what it be, bruh.
yeah.
It be what it be. But I definitely, especially going into the new year, man. I hope that somebody's in their ears, and I do look to the league mostly, in their ear about pushing the narrative of this shit and making sure that the legends get they just do, man. No matter how we feel about who we feel about, whatever. These niggas still did what they did, and none of us could be able to do what we do, whether it's media, whether it's you manage, whether you blog, whether you fucking rap. I don't care what you do. We wouldn't be here without niggas like Mook, Party Artie, Loaded Lux, T-Rex, uh, Cass. I mean, you name it. Like it wouldn't exist without them. Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about that band idea. Like, I kind of like it, but then at the same time, it's like when you surprise the fans with some shit that they don't want to see, they tend to go extra and definitely show their disapproval in the crowd. So, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea, but I also do like it. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
Think it's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say DAYLYT. You good?
I
Bill,
was just saying that, Rita,
Quest,
because
Art,
people been begging
Yo.
for Bane to
You
come
said
back, and
what?
I didn't know if y'all was good, gang. Y'all was all over there. You know what I'm saying? Yoshi, you good?
I'm
Yeah, I'm over
chilling.
here. I'm over here doing 50,000 things, man. I'm on the phone with my manager. We're working on these NFTs. Um, and I'm cleaning my jewelry. I just got done boiling. You got to boil the jewelry with the alcohol, the baking soda, and what I'm saying, the different cleansing products and shit. I just got done boiling the jewelry, all crazy shit, blinging all crazy right now. You know what I'm
You put the
saying?
chloroform in there?
Nah, no chloroform, a little bit of wind.